use the power of examples in your webinars and virtual training. Now, an example or someone giving an examples only means that that person or you and I giving the example must have thought about it, reflected on it, draw it from own experience, have reflected in terms of the different parts of that example. It is also very emotional and passionate. So giving an example is for me one of the highlight in terms of the ability of a learner or of a worker to have shown that they have understood or somehow trying to wrestle to understand the concept that you're trying to teach them. So use examples, maximize examples. You ask, for example, participants the question, for example, your topic is loan processing. So you ask them the question, what's be difficult in loan processing? Show an example, right? Or what are the situations where you witnessed there was a difficulty in processing a loan and what was the solution? You also ask the question, share an example of a stumbling blocks or a blocks, or share a success story when the loan was really received by the recipient with the least possible cost and they're happy they bought their house. And you can also say, what are examples of successes and failures in this area? Examples are so powerful that you need to allow the learners to be able to articulate an example. You yourself have to provide an example. The more example that you're going to come up with. So in any topic whatsoever, maximize an example. For example, I will show you an idea in here. So for example, you're teaching people to simply say, you need to use the right drum, talking about the toxic waste drums. There are different kinds of them, but there are different kinds of toxic waste, right? So what are examples when you misuse this and you substitute? What is an example of what happens to this drum? What happens to the particular toxic waste? You open up for a conversation and everybody will come up with their own related examples and you can build from there on. Try it. Use the power of examples.